Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, about Shem Yahushai, about Shem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great Most and well. Peace and blessing to the elect of Israel. Shalom and above all. Back at it with no less through the spirit and power of Yahweh, about Shem Yahushai. Lord willing, this video is edifying. Alright, the day of the Lord draweth nigh, man. Okay, the day of the Yahweh, about Shem Yahushai's judgment is near. It draweth nigh. So meditate upon that with fear. Meditate upon that with fear, man. Because Yahweh Bashem Shai, when he arises to shake the earth, it's going to be a terrible judgment. We're talking about ICBM nuclear missiles pelting the planet Earth, man. 200 million ICBM nuclear warheads being shot off in the midst of World War III, man. See? So, if you don't want to get caught up in that judgment, you need to fear the Lord. You need to redeem the time. Like the scriptures say, redeeming the time because the days are evil. So we need to be checking our spiritual clock and watch the signs of the times. And we have to move with wisdom out here, man. And ultimately, you're not going to receive the spirit of wisdom unless you have the fear of the Lord. Scripture say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Sirach 1:26 says, if thou desires wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Lord shall give her unto thee. So, if you keep the commandments, that means you fear the Lord. If you fear the Lord, that means you're going to obey the things which he says. You see? Like it says in the book of Sirach or Ecclesiastes, chapter 2. We'll get that real quick, Lord willing. Sirach, Ecclesiastes 2. And I'll start at verse 12. It says, actually, let me start at verse, man, this whole thing is really precious, so, you know, I'll just go straight to the point. So Ecclesiastes 2, starting at verse 12, it says, woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goes two ways. Right, so destruction to those who have a faint heart, man, those who are weak in their faith towards Yahweh Shemel Shai. And you're in the double-minded sinner, man. You know, where you want to play the fence. You want to be on Yahweh Shemel Shai's side, and then you want to be on, you know, this world side. Like Scripture say, you cannot drink of the cup of the Most High and drink the cup of devils. You have to pick a side, so to speak. And really, the choice has been made for you since the foundation of the world, whether you're of the elect or not. But the point being that Yahweh Shemel Shai requires us to submit ourselves to him and to follow him with our whole heart. Not to be double-minded, not to be lukewarm, not to be hot and cold. You know? It's verse 13, it says, woe unto him that is faint-hearted. You're either cold or hot. You can't be both. You can't be lukewarm. So Ecclesiastes 2:13, it says, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. That's right. So if you're faint-hearted in the Lord's faith, if you're weak in the faith of the Lord, you're not going to be defended here in these times. Because scriptures say how wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that times, man. So if you're fearing the Lord, you're going to be stable in these times. But if you don't fear Yahweh Shemel Shai, then guess what? That's going to make your faith weak. And in return, you're not going to be stable in these evil times. You're not going to be protected in these evil times, man. Because when you go into the word stable, all right, or stability rather, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. When you go into the word stability, it means it goes back to the Hebrew word amawana, which goes back to the Hebrew word amawan, which means faith, man. So the faith in the Lord is what's going to keep us stable. All right, verse 14, woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will you do when the Lord shall visit you? That's right. So if you lose patience in Yahweh Shemel Shai, you lose patience in waiting for the Lord, enduring, running this race with patience, then guess what? When Yahweh Shemel Shai finally returns, then what are you going to do in that day, man? You see? So the Lord's return is coming sooner than we think. So we need to make sure that we're being patient in this truth and fearing the Lord and keeping the faith, or else you get left behind. Verse 15, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well-pleasing unto him. You see? And we're supposed to do it. We're supposed to do it willingly. We're supposed to seek out the things that are well-pleasing to him willingly, not by constraint. You know, it shouldn't be a burden to want to serve the Lord. You know, it should be something that you delight in. All right? So, it says that right there, and it says, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. Right, because love is the keeping of the commandments. 1 John 5:3. So if you love the Lord, you're gonna keep these scriptures to the best of your ability, and that in return is gonna lead unto you being safe in the day of trouble. You see, this is let's go to the book of Zephaniah. Bear with me, Baba Shaw. Zephaniah 1:14. It says, "The great day of the Lord is near; it is near, and hasteth greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly." That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. And what's that talking about? That's talking about the soot and the smoke from the missiles blocking out the sun, blocking out the sky, because the smoke is going to reach into heaven. So you got to understand how bad of a destruction that's getting ready to come to this place, man. And prior to the destruction via the nuclear missiles, you're going to have all hell break loose in these streets. It's going to be complete anarchy in the streets. It's going to be every man for himself. It's called the time of Jacob's trouble. Everyone's going to have his hand against his neighbor, and everyone's going to be, in a free-for-all, in a frenzy. And you're going to have people out here getting murdered. You're going to have people out here getting put to death and killed by all these different strange calamities. Wild beasts, martial law, famines, demonic attacks, okay, murder, you name it. Scriptures say how it's a time of trouble the world has never seen before. So knowing that, how are we supposed to conduct ourselves, man? Knowing that Yahweh Shai is getting ready to jack this place up, like Scripture says, 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are you to be in all holy conversation and godliness, man? Zephaniah 1:16, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. You see, because the Lord, he's blowing that trumpet spiritually, but as well, that trumpet is going to be blown when it's time for World War III, and as well when the missiles are about to hit this place. It says, "And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men." They're going to be like, "Oh my gosh, what do we do? Where do we go?" Walking like blind men. Not knowing where to go, not knowing what to do. And through Yahweh Shai, we're going to be walking like blind men too, but we're going to have the Lord guiding us. And why do I say we're going to be walking like blind men? Because we're going to have to be walking by faith strictly in these times, not by sight. Because if we're walking by sight, then it looks like we're not going to make it. Like Ezra said, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Because that's how bad it's going to be. Where even Ezra's, who was a man of the Lord, all right, he even was like, damn, how am I going to be saved in these times? Because that's how bad it is. Scripture say how the righteous shall be scarcely saved. So knowing that it's going to be that bad, man, how are you to conduct yourself, man? Should be seeking Yahweh Shai and meditating upon the day of the Lord. All right? This is because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Yeah, imagine seeing dead bodies on the ground, like how you see trash and poop on the ground, normally, just like in The Walking Dead, the bodies was like dung upon the ground. It says, neither silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. Right, because you got a lot of people who believe that, just because they're going to make money, that they could stack up their money and then move to another country. You can't run away from the judgment of Yahweh Shai. Your silver or your gold will not be able to deliver you in that day. Like Scripture say, riches profit not in the day of wrath or in the day of judgment, but righteousness delivered from death, man. Okay? I believe that's Proverbs 11:4. Roughly paraphrasing, This is Zephaniah 1:18. It says, "But the whole land shall be devoured." Let me read it again. Zephaniah 1:18. "Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy." For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. Meaning this place is going to go out quickly. The Lord, it's only going to take the Lord 1 hour to destroy this place, man. This is Sirach Ecclesiastes 18:24. It says, think upon the wrath that shall be at the end, in the time of vengeance, when he shall turn away his face. Right. So that's what you should be meditating upon. Meditating upon when Yahweh Shemashai is going to turn away his face, meaning he's going to, basically withhold his mercy, close that doors of grace to a lot of people, man. All right. And at the end of the latter days, and the Lord is going to pour out judgment as waters, man. And there's going to be a lot of vengeance going on here in these latter days, man. All right. And wrath from Yahweh Shemashai. So we're supposed to meditate on that with fear, man. This is this is Hebrews 4:1. It says, let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. So we don't want to come short of the kingdom of heaven. So in order for us to make sure that we make it, we have to fear, man. We have to move with fear in Yahweh Shemashai. Because if not, we'll get cast away. We'll get left behind. All right? So that's just a little something that I wanted to bring out in my spirit. The day of the Lord draweth nigh. Meditate on that with fear, man. All right? And make sure that you're also, strengthening yourself in the faith and strengthening the brethren around you, man. All right? Be ready to put it all on the line for Yahweh Shemashai and your brethren. But Lord willing, this video was edifying, man. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemashai, Bashem Kakodash, the honors to the apostles, elders, great mills, and well. Peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. Shalom, and above all, stay faithful and stay fearful of the Lord. Shalom.